For all of you who travel, we have some tips that I read in this article titled, A Flight Attendant Shares the Small Habits That Make You a Favorite Passenger. So I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you why or what a flight attendant can do to make me like them. But first, let's do it the article way. Okay, so what can you do to make a flight attendant happy? Well, interestingly, there are between 100,000 and 130,000 planes flying on any given day around the world. That's a lot of planes. That's kind of really impressive, isn't it? It is. Okay, so that's a lot of flight attendants in the air. Now, what do these puppies want from us? These things are what passengers can do to make your flight attendants obsessed with you, and will give you whatever you want. Like, how many things can they really give us that we would want in the air? I don't know. But for starters, she says, treats are always welcome. Okay, well, I travel with emergency travel candy. I don't mind giving you some of that if you would like it. I never even thought about offering you any. But here's what Flight Attendant Moore says. We love goodie bags. All right, who doesn't love a goodie bag? Anything like Starbucks gift cards, hand sanitizer, and little snacks. Now, there are already little snacks on the planes, right? But they want different little snacks. We can't get off, so it's just nice to have a little treat just so we know we're appreciated. Okay, that's fine. They want goodie bags with gift cards and snacks. Okay. Then they want you to respect the seatbelt sign. Now, I know that there are emergencies. You really got to go, or you're going to throw up. That's a good reason to get rid of the seatbelt. We want you to go in there, but we love when you respect the seatbelt sign. Well, why can't there be a vomit sign? So why can't there, if there's going to be a seatbelt sign, why can't there be a sign that say ready to vomit? Um, what else? Ready to poop. I mean, something, you know. So I think we should have more signs so that everybody in the plane can know what's happening with the other passengers. That would be respectful, wouldn't it? Um, Moore also noted the crew appreciates it when passengers show basic manners, especially when ordering their meals. Now, what's wrong with this sentence? There are no more meals. There's nothing to order but beverages and whether you want the snacks or not. But there's no meals, people. Okay, maybe there isn't first class, but I'm out of touch with first class. We love it when you say, can I have a ginger ale, please? Instead of ginger ale. Okay, well, here's how the dialogue works. The way the flight attendant comes up to you and stares at you, and he or she has the pen in their hand, and they say, yes. Well, what the fuck? Okay, coffee with cream, ginger ale, please, please, and please. If you just use basic kindness and manners, it is noted because not everyone is doing that. Uh, Take off your headphones when again, food service. I don't know what world this writer is living in. There's no food service. When this okay, take off your headphones when the food service begins and don't block the aisle when attendants are rolling through with a cart. Well, what if you have to vomit or poop? Also, if you are a coffee drinker, guilty. If you are a coffee drinker, when you order your coffee, specify exactly what you want. I would like coffee. Additional to that, with 2 creams and 2 sugars, whatever. We're obsessed with you if you do that. Okay, I don't want you to be obsessed with me. I just want you to freaking come to my seat when I need you and give me whatever I'm asking for, and I'll be nice. I'll be cordial. Remember, I have the house guest rules, so of course I'm going to have the plane rules. The airplane rules. Moore also noted that attendants appreciate when guests ask for help rather than touch them to get their attention, including when they request assistance in finding their seat assignment, which, by the way, should prefer instead of you sitting in any seat you wish. Okay. Do people do that? Do people look at their tickets and then go choose another seat? Really? I don't know about that. What flights are we talking about here? The flight of the mentally ill? I love it when you look at your seat assignment, Moore says, before you come on board. Okay, who freaking doesn't do this? And you sit in the right seat. It creates a lot of confusion. Okay, this isn't the movie theater where we think we can hide. It creates a lot of confusion and chaos when one person doesn't sit in the correct seat. Yeah, I want to punch them out if they're in my seat. Then if we get a delay, it's on the flight attendants, meaning if the flight attendants have to switch people around. Moore's biggest message to all of us is, we love you guys regardless, even if you do things that get on our nerves. It's really not that deep. I do love my job very much, and I love all of my passengers equally. Okay, that's a crock of shit. Nobody freaking loves their passengers. Horrifying people. We do not have the highest quality people flying in this country. All right, I have my list. So what's going to make me love a flight attendant more than I hate the flight attendant? One thing and one thing alone. Stop the crying babies. Stop it. Beat the shit out of the parents and the children, because the parents apparently aren't qualified to be flying with their children if they can't control them. We've got the crying children, the screaming children, and we have the children that kick the back of the seat. So I'm on a flight. Oh, this is a horrible flight one year. I think, oh no, the flight going to my sister's over Thanksgiving a couple of years ago. I always have to take a connector, screaming children on both flights. Both flights. I thought I was going to lose it. And then there was this one flight where a mom and two kids were right behind me. And the kid right behind me, old enough to know better, by the way, not 3 years old, like 5 or 6 years old, kicking the back of my chair. You could hardly miss it if you were the mother sitting in the row. I certainly felt it. I looked back a couple times. You know how you have to do that. I'm not going to say anything yet, but get your shit in order because I'm about to blow. It's one of those looks. Finally, I couldn't take it. So I started to talk. I said, hi, I know this is difficult, flying with small children by yourself. She stopped me. Don't speak. Don't say anything. Your child has got to stop kicking the back of my chair now. And I will speak. And I do want this to happen. And I'm sorry. But when you fly with small children, they have to have manners. There's an appropriate way, even for children, to behave. And kicking the back of my seat is not the approved way. So with the flight attendants, after that flight, I called Southwest and I just said, look, we have to talk. Not only is there no apparent remedy for screaming, crying children on a flight, and no, I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars for Beats headsets because somehow there's no accommodation on airplanes for screaming children who are the minority on the flight, ruining it for the majority on the flight. So if you want me to like you as a flight attendant, do something. So anyway, I call Southwest, speaking to somebody in customer service, and I explained how horrible it is. Flight after flight, listening to screaming children and having kids kick the back of the chair. And you know what the customer service agent told me? Oh, they're supposed to stop everyone. Yes, it's the flight attendant's job to speak to the parents and see what they can do about quieting the children down. Okay. Well, I believe I showed this to you one day, but on my most recent flight, I believe it was back from Pittsburgh over Christmas, I slipped this note to the flight attendant. So here's what I did. I hit the buzzer. The flight attendant eventually comes back, standing at the front of the plane doing nothing, telling me to wait until she feels ready. Then she comes over, and here's the note. Please ask father, who's sitting in front of me with a screaming, piercing, screaming child since we got on the plane, and we're an hour or so into the flight now. Never stop screaming. Please ask father to take child to restroom. This is horrible. And you know what the flight attendant did? Went over to the father, signaled that she wanted to take the child. Father gave the child up easily. Who in their right mind, even if the child is yours, wants to be connected to the child? Don't identify me with that child. That's a screaming child, not my issue. Yeah. What parent wants a screaming child? The second the flight attendant took the child, picked up the child stopped screaming. Flight attendant walked the child up and down the aisle. The flight attendant showed the child different things, pointing. Child was happy. I think the child hated the father. I really do. Now, where's the fucking mother? The mother is in the back of the plane with another child who's also crying. These people, they should be on America's Most Wanted Parents for no travel laws. They are not allowed to travel because they do not know how to handle their children. So if the flight attendant wants me to like them, they will pay attention to children kicking the back of seats. They will pay attention to screaming children, and they will get busy interfacing and getting these little motherfuckers to calm down. That's what a flight attendant can do to make me happy. And then that's it. Then we're all good to go. Then I will respect the seatbelt sign. Ordering meals not an issue because there are no meals. I always say please and thank you. I was raised correctly. And I dress well. Yes, I don't look like shit when I go on the planes. I actually dress well in case the plane goes down and there's photographs, national photographs and videotape of passengers trying to save themselves. I'm going to look good. So yes, so it's a two-way street, flight attendants. I will like you if you do things that make my trip happy, and you will like me because I will say please and thank you. Bon voyage.